All right, here's the card up front so you can grab it and go. FC Barcelona minus 1.5 at minus 135. Toronto Maple Leafs money line at plus 122 in Vegas. And Golden State Warriors minus 6.5 at minus 110 against the Knicks. Now, yes, after starting 3-0, we face planted into a 1-2 last time out for minus 1.2 units. Purdue won but didn't cover. Philly got Donovan Mitchelled into dust. And Denver did exactly what we said. Structure over chaos, cash on the road. One sharp call, two whiffs, ego back in its cage. Let's hunt today. First up, Copa del Rey, Racing Santander hosting Barcelona. And we already know the movie trailer they're selling. Historic stadium, cup magic, rotated giant, underdog with nothing to lose. Cute. Here's the problem. The numbers don't care about vibes, and Racing's current setup is basically underdog with nothing to score. The injury to Azier Villalibre is the swing point. That's not just a guy who finishes chances. That's their entire escape hatch. Without him, Racing loses the big body outlet that lets them bypass pressure, hold it up, and actually connect the wingers. Take that away, and you're asking a Segunda side to play clean, press-resistant build-up against a Barcelona team that lives off turnovers. That's like bringing a squirt gun to a flamethrower convention. Now zoom in on why Barcelona minus 1.5 is the play, instead of messing around with a money line that pays you in coupons. Racing has been sliding, winless in 4 in the league, and the defensive transition has been leaking. They just gave up 3 at home to Zaragoza. If Zaragoza can get into the soft spots when Racing has to chase, Barcelona's runners are going to treat those same lanes like a toll road with no cameras. Our model projection is basically Barcelona living between about 2.85 and 3.3 expected goals, while Racing is stuck in the please sir, can we have one range around 0.65 to 0.85? That's the handicap story in one sentence. Barcelona creates like an elite team, Racing creates like a team missing its lungs. And the rotation angle, that's actually why we like it. The so-called B group is full of guys who play like every minute is a job interview, because it is. Marcus Rashford in this kind of matchup is a track meet against defenders who do not want to be on the same island with him. Rooney Bargji's production in limited minutes is absurd. He's been popping goal contributions at an elite rate when he plays, and cup games are exactly where that confidence turns into a fine, we'll do it ourselves performance. Put it together, and the market is asking us to lay minus 1.5 with an implied probability in the high 50s, while our numbers have it closer to the high 60s. We're not predicting a thriller. We're predicting Barcelona gets in front, Racing has to open up, and that's when it turns into a 2-goal margin kind of night. Barcelona minus 1.5. Next, Leafs at Golden Knights. This one is going to be sold like a soap opera. Mitch Marner narrative, bright lights, Vegas at home, dramatic music, and everybody pretending revenge games are a real scientific field. We're not betting feelings. We're betting the schedule and the crease. Vegas is on the second night of a back-to-back, and not the cute kind where you win 3-1 and coast. This is the overtime kind, the kind that leaves your legs in lost and found. That fatigue isn't theoretical. It shows up as late sticks, missed assignments, slow gaps, and a defense that starts making decisions like it's scrolling while driving. Then layer on roster reality. Vegas has been missing major defensive infrastructure. When you pull out your minded eaters and shutdown types, you don't just lose talent, you lose the ability to survive tired. And the goaltending situation is exactly the kind of volatility we want to attack as an underdog better. If Vegas is going backup or rookie, that's an edge. If Hill is returning from a long layoff and he's rusty, that can also be an edge. Meanwhile, Toronto's side of the equation is simple. They're rested, they have high-end shot creation, and Joseph Woll gives them stability. Save percentage gap, goals saved above expected gap, this is where underdogs get their oxygen. At plus 122, Toronto is being priced like they win this game about 45% of the time. Our number is closer to 57% once we bake in rest advantage, goaltending, and the Knights' injury-driven defensive erosion. Also, the Leafs getting Nylander back changes their whole transition profile. Cleaner entries, less dump and pray, more possession that actually turns into chances. So yeah, Vegas might have the vibes, but Toronto has the math. Leafs money line plus 122. Now let's finish with the NBA, Knicks at Warriors, and we're laying Golden State minus 6.5. This is not complicated, it's just brutal. The Knicks without Jalen Brunson aren't slightly worse. They're a different organism. Brunson is the ball pressure release valve, the drive that collapses the defense, the guy who turns stagnant possessions into good shots. Take him out and shot quality falls off a cliff, turnovers go up, and suddenly everyone is taking, well, somebody has to shoot jumpers with 9 on the clock, and they're doing it on the second night of a back-to-back on the road, which is basketball's version of trying to take a final exam while jogging. Golden State, meanwhile, is rested and perfectly built to punish tired teams, pace, movement, and the kind of off-ball chaos that makes your legs feel heavier than your student loan balance. Curry doesn't just score, He makes you work every second you're on the floor. If McCall Bridges is chasing him through screens all night, that defensive workload tends to steal from Bridges' offense. And then there's Draymond Green, who lives for exactly this kind of game: frustrated opponent, compromised star big, and a chance to turn every possession into a wrestling match with rules written in pencil. Our internal projection on this matchup is closer to a true line around Warriors -9-ish when you price in Brunson's absence in the schedule spot, so getting -6.5 is value, more cushion for the weird NBA stuff like random bench shot making or a fourth quarter that turns into a free throw parade. We're expecting the classic script: competitive early, then the third quarter hits, the Knicks' legs go missing, and the Warriors go on the run that decides it. Golden State -6.5. So we're locked in. Barcelona -1.5, Leafs money line +122, Warriors -6.5. Same goal as always: make the market pay rent for being lazy and keep the bankroll alive long enough to enjoy being right.